Hello, hello, hello. Wes Griffith here, Collier RV Rockford, Illinois. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the brand new 2025 Montanas that just came in. This is hot off the presses. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can, but you guys know that I get very excited, so we'll see how that goes. But if you take a look at the outside, a lot of the stuff is not going to change. It's been working for them for a long, long time. #1 selling luxury brand in the country, basically forever. The graphics have changed a little bit. I love that they put the gold striping in there. I think it kind of gives it a touch of class, right? A touch of gold, touch of class. That's fantastic. You are going to have the second generation Lippert auto leveling system with the little lights on it. So if you're trying to level this thing at night, you can actually see where your pads are, and they are nice big pads. Still going to have the same huge outside storage. And by the way, this is a heated space. A lot of times people don't realize that, but that is in the heated space. Fully enclosed and heated underbelly too, and this actually has separate 12-volt tank heaters on every one of the tanks. Super cool. You'll have the Noble 4000 fiberglass on the outside, so that's certainly high quality. The beautiful step above system, and this one is going to have a gas strut on it. So super easy to lower or lift it. And there are provisions to add accessories to this. Although on this particular model, because it has the new safety rail system, I'm not quite sure that you'd need them. Another new thing on this one is we now have 17.5-inch Cooper tires. So super high quality, American made, much bigger, much nicer rolling down the road. So that is a fantastic thing. You can see the two awnings on this. We also ordered this one with slide toppers straight from the factory, so no worries about that. You probably can't see it, but this has dual Coleman Mach Q, and the Q stands for quiet. Air conditioners on it. There are provisions on these Montanas to add a third one if you need it. In this size range, you probably wouldn't. The main AC will also have, I think it's over 16,000 BTU heat pump on it. That in conjunction with your fireplace that is inside, you're probably down to 45 to 50 degrees outside. You wouldn't even need to fire up the furnace. Although, if you do, it's a high output 35,000 BTU. Love the square windows, and when we go inside, I'll show you some of the physical reasons why, rather than, well, they look cool, but they're also very functional too. As we walk around the back, Keystone is still actually putting a ladder on the Montana series, which is good. 3,000-pound hitch, 2-inch receiver straight from the factory with a 4-pin already wired in. So it is a real hitch. It's not just a little, accessory. You can fit one bike on this. Don't go over 100 pounds. Not one of those. That's 3,000 pounds right there. As we walk around the other side, this is another thing that really excites me because I'm a little bit of a nerd for these things, but this window, they had to have this custom made. I've never seen a window this shape, but it adds a lot of light, and that's actually right over your oven and stove combo. So we'll look at that again inside, but super, super nice. Watch your step. This has, and this I'm going to stop at, this has a 16-gallon water heater. So for years and years and years, you had a 6-gallon water heater, and they still put it on 90% of the stuff out there. This is by far the largest in the business, and it works very, very well. I love it. The other thing that they did is they split your off-camping side main storage, right? So now I can fully open this door. The slide's not in the way. It locks in place. They have little locks on them so this doesn't come down and hit you on the noggin. Enclosed, lit, lockable connections. And even your drain lines on these Montanas are in the heated space. Since 2005, these have been rated down to 0 degrees. They're also warranted for full-time living, which is super nice. And then of course the other half of the door opens sideways so you can get the whole thing open. You can kind of see the whole house water filter sticking down in there. Huge space, it's all finished off, it looks nice, it's easy to keep clean. This stuff is super rugged, it's just fantastic. They do a great job. You'll have, with that second generation Lippert system, you will have the very nice control panel. And I could go into that for another half hour, but again, I don't want to drive you guys crazy. I will just show you one little thing, because a lot of times, especially if you're a newbie or something like this that is fairly sophisticated, there's a lot of different controls in here. For instance, the lighting. You know, sometimes how do I get into that? They actually, on the inside of your cover for your propane, they actually gave you a nice little instruction sheet in here right next to the darn thing, so you don't have to remember. Just open this up and look at it, and it's right next to it. I just, you know, little things like that tickle my fancy. Dual doors on the front storage. On the right side, the smaller door, you're gonna have a pure sine wave inverter, dual battery box, battery cutoff switch, access to your hydraulic system, all that fun stuff. They're putting a urethane block in your road armor pin up front, just smooth out some of that chucking as you're going down the road. Let's go inside and see what we can find. So real hardwood. Cabinet fronts, drawer fronts, they're all soft close, even in the bedroom and the bathroom. A couple of other little things that maybe you wouldn't even notice, or you think that we did and we didn't. It came from the factory with these felt-backed little covers, which is certainly nice. And then in this bottom, they actually have a little USB hidden off to the side, so you can put your phone or something in there and charge it. Super, super cool. As you walk around the corner here, pebbled, I think they call this pebbled glass. They probably have a fancier name than I'm gonna call it pebbled glass. So we'll go with pebbled glass doors on the pantry. Nice little coffee station, as you can tell, right? Movable shelves. I believe these are also made by Moride, so super high quality. They're just not little pegs into the sidewall like most of them are. These will actually hold some weight, and they have a little lip on the front, so your stuff's not gonna fall off. And even this, your little coffee station in here, is solid surface. You know, just again, a little thing that they do when you step up to something like a Montana that I love, and I'll show you the other side. You're gonna have some mechanicals down at the bottom, but then you get several more shelves in here that are, of course, also movable. All of your trim is gonna be real wood, none of that fake stuff. You're gonna have beautiful molding up at the ceiling that is backlit, and that puts a really nice warm glow in something like this at night. It goes well with the warm glow down on your floor, underneath the island. The island itself, you know, these are all real metal, you know, and it's going to come with a bunch of accessories for you. Down inside here, there's a little drying rack if you want to do some dishes, and you can have them dried. And of course, it comes with this. I don't know what this is called either. I'm going to call this a ribbed insert. There we go. Again, all solid surface. There are in a few places little motion sensor lights, and there's one on this side of the island. So if you do walk into here and it's super dark, you can actually kind of see where you're going, so you're not stubbing your toe and stuff. Right next to it down on the floor, you'll see the brushed nickel covers that they have for their heat vents rather than the cheap tin things. And then this, we actually didn't see this the first time we walked through. There's a little hidden drawer down here for dog bowls, pet bowls. And this is actually metal. It's not made out of wood. What a great idea. A lot of them are made out of wood and then they get destroyed. A lot of little details. So you have the huge couch, folds out into a queen size bed. On either side you have storage underneath. but they went the extra mile, and you actually have flip-up storage up top. And even on these, it has little soft close nubs on it, so that, you know, none of this stuff is going to slam closed on you. And of course, there's power both sides. I mentioned the windows outside. So these are kind of like your landing gear. These are the next generation. Built-in shades, right? So blackout shades. On the other side of this, it is metallicized. So these are true blackout, and they reject a lot of heat. It does a really good job of keeping this thing cool even without the AC on. But then you have, you know, these little splits, right? So if I just want a little bit of light, I can close these down. I can leave that open, get a little bit of light. Nobody can see in unless they're 10 feet tall. You know, and they do that on a lot of these windows. You know, they're separate. And then, of course, anything that opens is going to have a little pull-up screen on it too. You know, if you just want to keep the bugs out and still get some airflow in here. Another big thing, and another exclusive for Montana. These are Lazy Boy chairs. So this furniture back here is actually made by Lazy Boy. Much higher quality foam, much higher quality springs, higher quality mechanisms in it, and they're the only ones that are doing this. You know, there may be some custom fifth wheel maker out there or something that's doing it too, but again, they went the extra mile. And of course, you know, these, as you go back a little bit, you'll see all the controls on the side. Everything in this is push a button. And believe it or not, there are remotes for them too, if you don't want to have to reach all the way over on your armrest to control your chair. Whole slide out is glass. Love the big windows. This is another thing that I found. So of course this table lifts up, and I'm not going to mess up our china. And there's a little bit of storage underneath there for like decks of cards and a board game or something like that. But then they put a separate little pull-out drawer. And of course you can see all of your remotes in here. By the way, both the TVs from the factory are smart TVs. So you don't have to worry about bringing a Fire Stick or something with you. You will also, speaking of electronics, JBL electronics, it actually sounds good. And I mean it actually sounds good. You will have, let me make sure they did it. Yes, they did. You'll even have a hidden JBL subwoofer behind your TV. Some super nice sound system. They even put one of these JBL speakers in the bathroom. You know, if you like singing in the shower. On the other side of the TV, you'll find some hidden storage, little shelves. And then, keeping with the theme of electronics, you will have pop-up power towers. There is one on this side underneath our bowl of fruit. And then there's that beautiful window behind your stove. Much larger and higher quality stove than you typically get. A full-size 30-inch microwave with convection oven built in. Full-size fridge. Whole house vacuum kind of hidden down there, out of the way. I'll close this up. We have floating stairs. And you'll see another one of those little button lights that has a motion sensor on it. So if you start walking towards the stairs, it'll turn on so you don't trip and fall. And these are solid. I'm a little over 200 pounds, but super nice stairs. Really, really like them. And they finished it off really nice too. Inside the bathroom. So one piece shower, right? There's no line in this. It's all one piece. Makes it much harder for it to ever leak. And then you will have a fold up solid wood chair inside of the bathroom, right? So when I want to shave my legs or something, it's certainly easy to do. this super fancy, you know, full body sprayer, which is cool. You'll actually have a little separate wand on here too, which I certainly like. And then you got some nice backlighting up along the back wall. This will have a Dometic 310 power flush toilet. Uses the same amount of water as their typical, you know, higher end porcelain RV toilet, but the power flush part, it swirls it much faster, so it stays cleaner, right? We don't want, we'll call it gunk, sticking to your toilet bowl. Little space for your trash can, and then some super deep storage, and this goes all the way to the back wall. I wouldn't even be able to touch that back wall. On this side, you will have a stainless sink, even inside the bathroom, and you can see how large this is. I can actually wash my hands in the sink. And then you have some hidden wine storage. They tell me those are for brushes and stuff, but yeah, those are a couple wine bottles, I think. I don't know. But even these drawers in the bathroom, they're all soft close. Super, super nice. Inside the bedroom, windows on both sides, right? They do open so you can get some cross ventilation, even in the bedroom here. And you can see I have the lights set up so that one is on night light and the other one is on a spotlight reading light. Those are movable. You can point them any way that you want. There's power on both sides of the bed. There is little, and it's integrated so well it's hard to see them. There's little integrated shelves on either side of the bed, right? So you can stick a little CPAP or put your phone there or whatever you need to do. On the other side, because this does have a big deep bed slide, you will get a little dresser. And I'm gonna move our tchotchkes off of here so that I can show you this. More hidden storage, right? Jewelry, wallets, money. You know, you could probably fit a little handgun or something in there if you're living in this full time. And then you close it and it looks seamless because of how they did the super nice mechanism on there. Nobody would ever know that that's there, especially if you have these little tchotchkes sitting on it. Okay, so closet. Huge closet. A lot of these big full-size fifth wheels are going to have huge closets. So what makes this one different? Typically, you're going to have sliding doors on both sides, right? And usually one of them's mirrored, one of them has slats so that you can put a washer and dryer in it. What this does is this actually opens all the way up on both sides so that you have access to your whole closet, right? You don't have to pick one side or the other. And then of course, you know, you have, you know, dual levels of hanging, you have multiple shelves, multiple drawers, and again, even in here, there's soft close. You will have a little, most people are going to use this as a hamper. You know, again, nice thick wood on that. Two more hanging shelves and some more shelving in there. That shelving is removable because this does have provisions for a washer and dryer, and even your washer and dryer hookups are real brass, not those chintzy little plastic things. And then of course, you know, because these are trifold doors, you can do things like, well, I want the mirror to be over here so that I can get dressed and look at myself and make sure that I don't look funky or anything like that before I go out into the real world. You know, or you can keep one of these closed. You know, if you don't want the washer and dryer showing, or if you just need to get to this, you can just open up the middle. It makes it so much easier. By the way, there are provisions on this for if you want to leave them open even while this thing is traveling down the highway. There are little locks on it. You can see one of them Coleman Mach air conditioners. There's separate temperature controls in here and out in the main living area. And these do have, I think it's MERV 9 air filters on these, so you're not gunking everything up. Beautifully recessed LED lighting in the entire unit. Solid core barn door on the bedroom that is fully molded in, fully framed in. And you can see them nice looking back out into the living room area towards the stairs. You can see the nice grab handles. And those grab handles are definitely well installed. I think I could do chin-ups on them. They are very, very solid. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I think for more info, you're going to have to come out and take a look yourself. We're going to call this a Walk Around Wednesday with Wes. This is the brand new 2025 Montana 31, oh geez, there's too many twos and threes. 3123 here at Collier RV, Rockford, Illinois, your family-owned dealership since 1961. Come out and see us. Bye-bye.